As I start this video, I acknowledge that I'm driving, so there may be some challenges in terms of, and just he was sharing some things with me, online, um, about his walk as a Hebrew, and one of the things that he said to me, raised the question. I'm like, okay, because he was, my heart is really acting funny. My daddy is going, yes, I'm a grown woman, and I call my dad daddy. Yes, I do. That's my daddy. Yeah, that's my daddy. Anyway, because he just looks, I thank God for him. He looks out for me. For me. He really does. I am blessed to have such an awesome father. But, and I thank y'all that he's here, that he's around, able to do stuff, willing to. Okay. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Oh, are you still there? Interrupt what I'm putting on here, but he's just trying to make sure that my car is all right. I might need a tune up or something, and so he's gonna come and check up on it. I'm on my way to my other job, and he might come out and all the way out here. But man, if there was a man alive like him, okay, that is a man, and I really appreciate him. So this brother, he just was, bringing down some things, and I said, like the things he was saying was leading me to ask questions, because I was kind of, just curious, interested in hearing his take on stuff. So it's called me ask questions, and one of the things he said to me was that prayer is a trap for Yah, or trap to Yah, and I was like, what? And I was about to be like, we can't be fun. Okay, let's end this conversation right now. But I said, no, pause. Ask him what he means. Like, what does he mean by that? Like, because you can't just write people or something they say is different from what you think. Because sometimes we just don't understand. You know what I mean? Sometimes we just don't we don't understand what they mean. And if we ask the right questions, we might find out that, if that makes sense. Or you might find out you're saying the same thing, just a different way. So I was like, what do you mean by that? I was like, what do you mean that prayer is a trap for Yah? And this brother broke it down. He said, and it was so simple. He said, the way that prayer is a trap for Yah is that we have to set our minds up like a trap to capture or to catch Yah's will or Yah's thoughts. We have to set our minds like a trap to catch Yah's thoughts. And I said, that is, never thought of it that way. I mean, I started crying. And I'm a crybaby anyway. I cry when I'm happy and something about hurt. I cry when I'm hurting, and it'd be like one of them ugly cries, like. But then when I'm happy, like the tears just go. Boy, I tell you. And so it was just like, wow, I had never heard or even thought of prayer in that sense as a trap to Yah, in the sense that we are setting our minds to be trapped to catch his thoughts. And it's like, it just opened up, just him saying that opened up so much more for me. I was just like, then that makes sense why so many, that all the battles really take place in the mind. Or, they call your heart your mind, as the heart thinks. Your heart doesn't think, not the heart that beats in your chest, but your mind thinks. And so it's like, okay, well, your mind has, your mind is your heart. It's the seat of your emotions. And it really is. It's where everything happens. And so it's like, that's why the mind is the battlefield. That's why there's the thoughts that, aren't even your thoughts, because the enemy does plant thoughts. And once again, anybody who says he doesn't, can go right ahead and you believe that all you want and stay defeated and keep wondering why you can't get control of these thoughts because you're fighting because you don't even know who you're fighting. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against powers and principalities, spiritual rulers in the dark places. That's who we are fighting against. And it's foolish to not acknowledge that or to think that that's not what's going on or to try to ignore it. That's just foolishness. So you go right ahead, and I'm going to stay right here and know that I'm in a spiritual battle that plays out in my mind, that starts off in my mind and plays out in my flesh. I'm going to recognize that, and I'm going to fight the right way. I'm going to fight in the spirit because that is where the battle is, the spirit realm. Because I'm trying to get my one. I want to be acceptable to Yah for His kingdom. Okay? And so when he said that, I was like, okay, boom. That's why the mind is the battlefield. Boom. That's why, all these thoughts and troubles and stuff that come up. That's why all of this. And that's why, even watching too much TV or trash TV and any kind of TV or reading things other than the word of Yah, other than enlightening ourselves with regards to Yah, that's where our issues lie, because we have to recognize the warfare and the fact that our minds have to be changed. So he was like, prayer is not about begging Yah for things, begging Yah to do this, begging Yah to do that. And I can't tell you how much time I have spent begging Yah to do this and begging Yah to do that. He was like, prayer is not for that. Prayer is simply for the purpose of us setting our minds like a trap, conditioning ourselves to catch Yah's thoughts. And that's a big deal, because once you catch the thought, you have to be in agreement with his thought. You got to line up with his thoughts, line up with his will, line up, so that it can come to pass in your life. And even when his will, the Yahuds say this all the time, sometimes, most times, Yah's will, we don't want Yah's will. It's not, we don't like it. And that's true. Is driving just slow enough where I can't. Anyway, driving wars. I don't really like to drive because I am not a nice driver. Anyway, so when he said that, it just really just made sense to me. Like, oh, okay. So stop begging Yah. Ask for what you need, and know that He knows what you need. And Yahweh Shai said, our Heavenly Father knows what we have need of. He knows what we need, and He takes care of the daggone lilies of the field. Do you really think and the birds, you think He's not going to take care of you? My dad said to me today that I have to learn to trust Yah more than I think I do. And I'm like, yeah, Dad, that's some wisdom right there. Yeah. And so trusting that He's got everything and He's going to take care of it all. He knows what I need, and He's going to take care of it. So now I just have to be concerned, about setting my mind to be a trap, to catch His thoughts, to catch how He thinks, His will for my life. And this is a short one, but it was pretty deep. Like, if we can all kind of change our minds to see prayer from that perspective, how much more effective would our lives be when we realize that it's not for us to get Yah to line up with what we want. It's for us to line up with what He wants and what He says. It's like, it's not what I say goes, it's what Yah says goes. And and if we could just line up, get ourselves in that place to understand prayer is not a way for us to beg and manipulate Yah. It's not to be used that way. Prayer, that's not what it's for, and we can't do that anyway. Yah be like, so, okay.
Don't think that my permissive will means you're manipulating me and getting away with, getting what you want and getting away with it. Don't think that. No. My permissive will, you won't find out that my permissive will is not the best for you, because within my permissive will, I don't hold back the pain and the suffering that you're going to go through because you decided, you didn't want my perfect will. You were going to live in my permissive will. You're going to go through. You are going to go through it in God's permissive will until you have had so much, have had enough where you are like, okay, I yield to your perfect will, because this permissive thing is not happening. It's not the thing. It's not the place to be. It's not the thing to do. It's just not. So I just really wanted to, I'm not going to say the brother's name because sometimes people don't want, I don't know, like if he would be comfortable. I did get permission to share this, share what he said about prayer, but I didn't get permission to use his name. I didn't ask, and I didn't know I didn't know I was going to do a video on it. I figured I would just share on Facebook, but I just wanted to throw that out there. So for anybody, if you want Yah's heart, you want Yah's mind, you want to know His will for your life, stop everything. Just pause, be still, and know. This is one of my favorite songs. Be still and know He's Yah. Know who He is, and just be still and wait on Him, and set your mind like a trap to catch His thoughts. Now, I'm asking the brother, I'm like, okay, what kind of, is it a process? Like, how do you do that? Because how do you do that? Like, really? And he said something that you get you should be able to get it immediately. And I think sometimes again, I know this is not going to be one of them things, popular opinions, but I think just by virtue of the divine order, Abba, Yah, then Yahweh Shai, then man, then woman, man and then wife, rather, and then and then of course the children. I honestly think that it's that relationship with Yah, it just comes easier for men. Now, women in Christianity, the relationship with God, with Jesus, came easy for us in Christianity. But I think in the true, when you're serving a true and living mighty one of the scriptures, there's a difference. And He set up an order. And that's not to say that He doesn't speak to or through women. He does. He speaks to His women. He speaks through His women. I'm reminded of another story in the Bible. Samson's mother. The messenger, Yah's messenger, didn't go to his father. He went to his mother and told her she was going to have a child, and told her that he needed to be raised as a Nazarite from his birth, and even like they couldn't have any wine or anything like that while she's pregnant with him, that kind of stuff. So she ran and told her husband, and her husband was like, oh, I want to see the man of Yah who came to you, and the messenger who came to you and told you this. So he prayed or whatever to see them, and the man came a second time. The man of Yah came, the messenger came a second time and went to the mother again. Okay, both times he went to Samson's mother, both, to speak to her. The second time she was like, okay, let me go get my husband. And she went and got him. Okay, so Yah speaks to His women. He speaks through His daughters. He speaks to His daughters, to them and through them. The word just proves that again and again. That having been said, when you look at the difference between Abraham and Sarah, or even Job, I hate to use their Anglo-Saxon names, but Job and his wife, when you look at them and see the difference, how Abraham he walked in faith. He did mess up by sleeping with Hagar. He shouldn't have done that. But he did that at his wife's insistence, because she called herself trying to help Yah do His job. Women, we have to stop trying to do that. something's not happening fast enough, and we start pushing. Like, okay, well, let me see. I'm a plan that we can make this happen. I can do this. I can do that. I can set this up like this so they can happen. We do that, and we have to be in a sense more like our men, the ones that truly fear Yah, and just sit back and wait. And just sit back and wait. Sit on your hands, tie them up, tie yourself to the chair, gag and bound, just bind your mouth or whatever so that you can't speak foolishly or say things that are going to get you in trouble with Yah. No. We have to learn to be patient and wait on Yah. And I think it's easier for men who are truly walking after Yah. Truly walking after Yah, to just be like, it's going to be all right. And then we get in there and be like, well, we're so frantic, like, like our mother. And I'm not saying that Sarah, I'm not saying that she was frantic or anything like that, but she did jump in and interfere with Yah's process. And now we have Ashmayal and that's a problem now for us, okay? So I really think that it's easier. So when the brother said to me, it's something that just comes quickly, it'll happen quick. He was like, well, first of all, it happened quickly. I was like, oh, really? Oh, it happened. You caught on quickly, on how to catch Yah's thoughts quickly. And I'm like thinking about how difficult it's going to be, how much time it's going to take, how it just seems like that's something that seems like not impossible, but that it's going to take a lot of work and a lot of this and a lot of that. And he's like, oh, it's something that you just catch on quick. You just catch on quickly too. You pick it up quickly. I said, okay. And I really honestly believe that when a man is walking after Yah, when he's a man after Yah's heart, that's true. That he'll be like an Abraham that's like, chill, it's all right. Or like a Job that's like, woman, are you crazy? You want me to curse Yah and die? What's wrong with you? Like, no, though he slay me, yet will I trust him. And it's like, he did get frustrated towards the end, but he never cursed Yah and he did not die. But he was very, to go through all of the things, I can't imagine going through everything that he went through. So, ladies, women, sisters, we can learn to just be patient and chill, relax, and not be so hype all the time, not be so anxious, and for the men who are like that too, because there are some men who are like that. If we all just kind of really chill and get on board with Yah, just like chill and just trust him and not be frantic and worried about this, make your plans. We have to do that. But don't be like, well, Yah, putting Yah on a timetable, like, well, if he doesn't do this by then I'm going to do this and blah, blah, blah. No. Because we mess up when we interfere, and that's not conducive to catching his will, his thoughts. It's just not. And really, what purpose were we created for? He didn't create us so that we could be like spoiled brats telling him what we want and getting him to do everything that we want him to do. That's not why he created us. He created us to bring him glory. So we're created for his glory, okay? That means I better find out what it is he wants from me, what he expects from me, why he put me here. I need to find that out, and I need to do that. I need to do that. I don't need to do anything else but that. And in order for me to do that, I have to set my mind through prayer like a trap, and ask him, like, yeah, what is your will for my life? What do you want? And then when you ask him and he shows you, you catch the thoughts. Don't be like, oh, well, I'm going to let that thought go because that's not a fat enough, like when you're trying to catch something to eat, oh, that's not a big enough, whatever people catch to eat. I don't know because I don't hunt. But that one, or fish. I used to go fishing. Oh, we're going to throw that fish right back. It's not big enough. Let's catch another, see if we can get another one or whatever. It can't be like that. Whatever it is, we have to say yes, or else, if we catch his thought and we catch it and we release it, that's what you do with the fish. You catch and you release if the fish is not big enough. If we do that to Yah's thought, then why else? Why would he share anything else with us? Why? Could he trust to share anything else with us? He can't. Not until we get on board with first things first. So I wish it would just come just as easy for me as that brother said that it would. But I'm going to pray that for myself. Y'all help me to catch, to set my mind like a trap, to catch your thoughts and to be on board with you, to be lined up with you and your will for my life, what you want for me, what you have for me, what you have for me to do. I want that. I want that. That's what I want. And with that, I will say shalom, 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 however you say it.